coming to you live with the scoops like a ladle. Allow me to introduce the boxing round table.
Alright,
Yeah.
it's your boy, Rollo Jenkins, Zone 6. We're about to chop it up real quick, man. We're about to talk about these boxers' legacies and these career defining or legacy fights. You know what I'm saying? We're getting a lot of these going on now. We're getting a lot of belt consolidations. And I want to take a quick dive into the fucking legacy shit, man, because it seems like we might be getting a lot of these types of fights in the near future. So, my first question to you, Zone, breaking it down.
Well, hold on, slow down. How you say it? Slow down. We gonna get into that, but remember where we started from. And I know you're gonna wrap this in, but remember, the question really is, man, hey, since Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao has actually retired, right? Not just him, Klitschko, Deontay Wilder now. Even if Tyson Fury is serious about retirement, you name it. Where do those guys actually fit in history? Because, it was such a big deal and such a conversation about these guys threatening Muhammad Ali and greats. And now that their career is concluded, now we can actually put it in perspective, because it was a time where people would say, well, no, we can't really say that until the career is finished. It's not fair. Mm-hmm. And if got Hall of Fame, anybody can get in the Hall of Fame. But that's the energy, and that's what this conversation really sparked from. So I know you're going to wrap it in, but my question has always been, because it's been a while since you on it. So I know people we really don't hear from you. They hear from me enough, but they want to hear from you. Since Mayweather and Pacquiao has retired, or even a Wilder, where do you place them in history? If you could just touch on those three, because those are three.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So, first and foremost, I want to, oh, shit. One dude just retired pretty much last year, So, I guess it is fair to start to place these guys in history, man. I never really actually thought about it yet, but since you put me on the spot, I'm going to say, as far as welterweights go, I'm going to go welterweight first and then all time. As far as welterweights go, man, he got to go behind, obviously, Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard. And I'm speaking Pacquiao first. Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard. I got to put him behind Pernell Whitaker and Felix Trinidad and I would probably place him right between Trinidad and De La Hoya for my liking. And I would probably put Floyd right in between Pacquiao and De La Hoya. Because them two kind of inseparable for me. So wherever one goes, he going to go, you know what I'm saying, the other one going to go right next to him in the history of welterweight. Yeah. They damn near a tag team almost. But I will say this, and I know a lot of people ain't going to like this one. I do rank Pacquiao a little higher than Mayweather based on what he brought to the game. You know what I'm saying? People just like to talk about, what happened when them two fought each other and all of that shit. But we're talking about these guys, as you call it, the whole person concept, the totality of their careers. So, with that being said, the way he came up and fought through the Mexicans, you know what I'm saying, with the Barrera, the Moraleses, and the Marquezes, and coming up the welterweight and chopping off a bunch of them guys, to me, it was a lot more exciting and a little bit more impressive than what I seen Floyd do after he got to 140. Granted, you know what I'm saying, dude was able to win all of his fights, but a lot of them were very unimpressive and very uneventful. And so I always rank Pacquiao a little bit ahead of him, and they kind of still go together. So I will put them in between, right behind Felix Trinidad and right above Oscar De La Hoya, right around that top 5 in welterweights. And in top 10, or fighters ever, I would probably put them guys in the top 30. And I would probably put them in the top somewhere in that between 25 and 30 for me. Man, Phil, question is, your two favorite fighters from the last gen, Floyd and Pacquiao, what would you rank them guys as far as welterweights, whole careers, or all-around fighters? What would you rank them guys?
Overall, all time?
Both, as welterweights and all-time.
Honestly, man, my list is kind of similar to what yours is, to be honest with you. The only thing with me is, man, I absolutely got Floyd Mayweather over Manny Pacquiao. At the end of the day, you know, cats are going to say, well, what happened when those guys met? Well, guess what? That shit matters. You know what I'm saying? You know, those guys are part of the same generation. So, I mean, it's not like we couldn't compare them. Right now, if you ask me who's the more exciting fighter, obviously Manny Pacquiao is much more exciting, right? The Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather fight got so big because of what Manny Pacquiao was doing, right? Let's be honest about it, right? How he was destroying guys, how he was beating guys. So yeah, I mean, he's a hell of a fighter. He's super duper exciting, but at the end of the day, Floyd Mayweather did it obviously on his own terms. I mean, he did it in a way that people didn't like. And to me, it didn't matter if people didn't like it. He came up with a formula, one that was efficient, one that worked. I can't knock the man. You know, it's like telling somebody, hey, if you can go over here and you can win this race by driving this car like this every single time, then you will. Why would you change it?
No,
right?
Yeah.
You know, and that's what Floyd Mayweather did. You know, he didn't care if people thought he was boring. He didn't care if people He just didn't care what people said, man. All he was a winner at the end of the day. And he lived a life of boxing. He wasn't out here being a politician. He dedicated his whole entire life to this, man. And you can see he's reaping the benefits, even after he's technically retired. So absolutely, man, I got to put Floyd Mayweather over Manny Pacquiao, without a doubt.
Listen, I told you give them something visual, so you went ahead and made your own YouTube-based TV show. It's an array of IPAs and fighters on the road. Got a question? Put them in your comment section right below. Barbershop talk while you're sitting in your living room. Pacquiao, Mayweather, and we can't forget the brews. Coming to you live with the scoops like a ladle. Allow me to introduce the boxing round table. Yeah.
Rollo Jenkins, boxologist, Zone 6.